trying to decide on I want to use sage or my Santapalo because the vibes in here are not bad. At the same time, I feel like I got some low vibes on me that need to be disregarded. So I will. And you don't need a lot of sage when you get ready to sage. Unless you're smudging. You smudge, you smoke, you smudge like a whole area, like a home or, you know, something like that. But in this case, I just want to smudge myself. Get rid of some lower vibes that I know are on me. Give me a minute. What's up, baby? Yo, young Billy Dotson. What up, baby? Young Smoke, I forgot about you. Dr. Black, what up, baby? Billy Dotson. Second shout out to you, baby. Yo, can't forget about okay. Jesus up in there, baby. Hold it down, baby. Young X, ain't forgot about you, baby. Young Rodney. And I am listening to Pandora Radio. This is not Pandora. What the hell am I talking about? This is YouTube. I'm listening to YouTube. This is Life Jennings. I love him, but I'm trying to turn it down to where only I can hear it. But anyway, I was feeling the urge to go live, doing a couple of things, and just to break the ice, I wanted to go live with this topic. You know, and I know that people that are subscribed to my channel, you guys don't know me to be one to talk about relationships or whatnot. But trust me, I have a lot of experience when it comes to relationships. For those that don't know me, my name is Magical Jones, and this is Ascending Vibrations because every time that I go live, I always have the intent to attempt to raise the vibrations of my subscribers and people that view me, to help assist, you know, people with walking in their purpose. You know, life can get tricky. Life can get, you know, a little confusing. So sometimes we'll feel like we're walking in our purpose and we're really not. And sometimes we'll feel like we're not walking in our purpose because we don't have that support or, you know, that recognition that we feel like we should have when we're doing something that is in our purpose. But right now, at this moment, I want to talk about how do you know when you have found the one. And for those that don't know, I do sip, I drink, and I feel like I will be having just a couple of sips while I'm drinking and speaking. But I feel like it's kind of important, quite important, to talk about connections, because a lot of people are coming into their soulmate connections, if you believe in that, twin flame connections, if you believe in that, and more than often we are in karmic relations, you know, whether you want to believe it or not. No matter what type of relationship you're in, it's not going to be perfect as far as like rainbows and butterflies and all this other type of stuff. It's just not going to be that, you know, because we have to learn, okay? We have to see things in different perspectives, you know, and a lot of the time those are karmic relationships, but even in soulmate relationships, we learn from each other, we grow off of each other. It's just when in our soulmate relationships we connect with someone, and when it's time for us to part, because you know, regardless of what you think or despite what you think, we all think of different things. Soulmates are not in your life to last forever. Soulmates are in your life for a particular purpose. Okay. Um, like any relationship or journey in your life, you know, soulmates are here for a purpose. But I don't know. To me, I feel like all relationships are only temporarily. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're with someone until you die, you're gone to another dimension and that other person is still here. So it's like, to them, it's like you left them. You know what I'm saying? So at some point in our relationships, we have to leave each other. Nothing is permanent. So the title of the video is, how do you know when you have found the one? And I guess like, I mean, I'm not gonna say like how a lot of people come on videos and like come to you and they say, okay, you know that you found the one because you feel it. Because when I tell you those karmic relationships, you feel that passion, and after a while, that passion turns into toxicity. So it's not always true that you'll feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because passion is passion. And if a person is vibrating on the same frequency of passion that you're vibrating on, you guys are going to connect like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I don't think you really know that you have found the one until you don't have them anymore. How about that? Okay. How about that? How about you don't know that you have found the right person until something has caused you guys to split? For instance, every type of partnership has them: karmic, soulmates, twin flames. Twin flames are my least favorite types of relationships. And despite what people believe, twin flames, and I'm sorry, I'm actually like reminiscing on some shit because, like I said, you probably didn't hear me say it. I probably didn't even say it, but I'm 43, okay, and I have been through my fair share of partnerships and relationships. And when you get into a twin flame connection, you're going to know it, because especially if you're the chaser, you know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, the feminine energy is going to be the chaser for whatever reason. And the masculine energy is going to be the runner. But they do flip at times. You know what I'm saying? So once that masculine energy gives in and stops running, and that feminine energy catches up to them, and things are like balanced for a certain amount of time, and then out of the blue, it's like the feminine, she's like, I don't think I want to do this no more. Like, all I can think about is, you know, the time that I was chasing you, and I got so caught up in the chase to where it was my main objective was to catch up with you, you know. And now that I can finally stop chasing you and I caught up with you, now I can actually analyze and think about what it is that's going on. And now that I thought about it, I'm like, I don't think you're worth it. You know what I'm saying? So then then the feminine is like, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, whether she or, you know, it, whatever, feminine can be he or she, it depends. But rather the feminine decides to cheat or just walk away, you know. When I say cheat, I mean like actually, you know, get entangled into a third party situation, you know. And at that time, the chaser is butthurt because they understand everything that they put the other person through. So it's like, it's kind of, when you talk about twin flames and karmics, they're like this. No lie. They're like that. Then you get these twin flames. I guess you would be at the later stage of your journey after past life situations or whatever, or maybe you guys just got it right, you know, and you actually get some twin flames that get together and they actually stay together. Like, neither one of them are running. It's definitely a soul connection, and it has nothing to do with lust. There's nothing about it being karmic, you know. Most of the time when we get into karmic relationships, it's because there are things that we have to learn. Like, for instance, you can be one that gives so much of yourself to another person or another situation, or in a relationship or partnership, to where it just totally drains you of your energy and you can't do anything else. Okay. You lose all focus on even your life purpose. You understand? And when you get so entangled into a relationship that you lose focus on your life purpose, That's karmic. Okay. So I don't know. I mean, I hope you guys are keeping up with what I'm saying. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. How do you know when you found the right person, the right one? You don't feel the resistance. You know what I'm saying? Like with the karmic and the runner and chaser twin flame thing, you don't feel that resistance that you would feel when there are things that you have to learn, when things are not, when that divine timing is not at hand. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't come into union with your twin flame until the divine timing. Okay. So, like I said, it takes people many lifetimes. Like, it takes people many lifetimes, many lifetimes. That means you will be born and die many times before you get it right in a relationship. Like, you can be with someone for the remainder of your life and they not be that one for you. It's just that you refuse to change. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times in those cases, like, you don't live up to your potential in life, or that person doesn't live up to their potential because you're not at the destinated place or with the destinated person. So it's very easy to settle, you know? And a lot of times we settle in life. Oh, well, this person, they don't give me, hell about, you know, um, coming in or coming in the house a certain time, or maybe I stepped outside of the relationship a few times and they constantly forgive me. And I mean, you're constantly taking someone else, like in a situation like that, you're constantly taking somebody else through pain and turmoil, turmoil, yeah, turmoil. You know what I'm saying? When you step outside of a relationship and cheat, you know what I'm saying? And just because that person takes you back and forgives you doesn't mean that they're not hurting and that they're not depriving themselves of their life purpose and their fulfillment in life. Like, I use this scenario often because it's my life. If my ex-husband happens to be watching any of my videos, then it's up to him. That's I mean, I'm not lying. Okay, I'm not like saying anything to belittle anyone or whatever, but I got married when I was 30. I think I was 32. Was I 32 or 33? Maybe 34. I don't know. I don't even remember. Okay. I'm 43 now. So let's say I was, yeah, 32. Okay. Say I was 32. And my ex-husband was probably about 6 years younger than me. But he carried an energy to himself to where I felt like he was, you know, dominant, and anybody that knows me personally knows that I'm a pretty dominant person. Okay. Especially the older that I get. But I like when I see a man that can take control. Okay. Not carry all the burden on his own. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying a man that can take control. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I said, a man that can take control. So anyway, when we met on a dating app because, you know, despite what people think, I don't get out. You know what I'm saying? I'm very introverted. People watch me like on Facebook, and like every time they see me in the video or whatever, it seems like I'm in my car driving somewhere. 9 times out of 10, I'm just driving to the store. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a very introverted person. I have an tropical um, astrology, which is Western astrology. I have Virgo as my ascendant or ascending or my rising sign. My sun sign is Taurus Aries cusp or Aries Taurus cusp. And people know Taurus can be very introverted, but for people that don't know Taurus, you would think that they're, you know, pretty outgoing. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, Taurus people are very, we reflect on things. We're very mental, okay? Taurus people are very mental, okay? To be an earth sign, I know that Virgos are supposed to be the air signs of the earth signs because I think Mercury is their ruling planet, Virgos. But Taurus are very analytical people, okay? So anyway, going back to what I was saying, with me being Aries Taurus, because my moon is in Taurus. My Mercury, which is the way that I communicate, is in Taurus. And you see the way that when I talk, I pause. That's very Taurian, okay? That's very Taurian. Taurus people like to take their time, okay? But with me being like that, I do find myself more attractive to spontaneous people, which in the long run may not fare out or pan out too good. You know what I'm saying? Because earth and fire, most of the time I find myself, because I do have fire in my chart now. My in tropical or Western astrology, my Venus is in Aries as well. Um, so I do have a significant amount of fire in my chart, which is another reason why I'm drawn to, fiery people or outgoing people. But I think at the end of the day, I think that, you know, my earth elements take more control of my fire elements. And I find myself, being more stable and, like I said, analytical in a way, like methodical, you know what I'm saying? Practical. And I would rather think about doing something before I do it. You know what I'm saying? But mentally, I'm like, oh, shoot, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. But then when it come down to it, I'll be like, I think I need to think about this a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But back to what I was talking about, my ex, he was a water element. And earth and water tend to get along very well. But I just feel like it was a soulmate experience and a karmic experience at the same time. Okay. And I'm never going to say that I was perfect in any relationship, whether it's a romantic or a love relationship, my children, my family, or my friends. I will never say that I was perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I will never try to portray myself as a victim. Okay. I wouldn't do that now that I know better. But it just got to the point to where it was time for him to, or us, to venture out on our own paths. And to me, I feel like this is the most challenging time in life. And I don't know how this box just fell off of this thing and it was stable on there. I don't have time for this, okay? Trying to make a video. I ain't got time for this. Okay? Stay there. But let me pick it up. Hold on.
It's YouTube Music. Download the app today and get a trial of Music Premium on us. Restrictions apply.
But the most challenging part of relationships, any type of relationships, partnerships, I should say, is when it's time to go your separate ways. Okay. And one person or two people or all people involved have gained that connection to where they don't want to let go. Like codependent, that they have become like codependent on each other. That is one of the most challenging times in life. It can be in a job relationship, a career, like I said, love, any friendships, anything, any type of relationship. And when it's time for that person to go, or when it's time for you guys to split, or the partnership to just go its separate ways, it's a challenge for the majority of people, because in life we have been programmed to believe that we are supposed to be connected to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we come in the world as infants and we are programmed to believe that we are supposed to be connected to our mothers, The mothers are programmed to believe that they're supposed to be connected to their children, so forth and so on. When you get into a romantic or love, and I keep saying romantic or love because I read somewhere where romance was different than, it is something different than actual love. Like romance is not like female male love. I don't know. That's just something that I read. I didn't do a lot of research on it. So when I think about it, I say, ooh, that make a lot of sense. But, you know, I like to kind of elaborate on what I'm saying so that, it can be a fair understanding. But when it's time for you to like split or leave or go your separate ways or go on a different path or journey from a connection, like you can have been with this person for the majority of your life and you're like, why are we splitting? I don't want to. I mean, I feel so comfortable with you, or I love you. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is a misconception of what love is. You know what I'm saying? Love is not an attachment. Okay? When you love someone, you don't attach yourself to them. That's just like, okay, remember, I know a lot of people have heard the little saying or the quote about when you see something, a beautiful flower, like when you see a beautiful flower, you never pick it, because once you pick it and you uproot it from its stability or its, you know what I'm saying, where it's grounded, it's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't have that root, that life support. They say when you love something, you leave it alone. You let it be, and you let it stay in its element, and you just continue to watch it grow. And we hear it and we love it when we hear it. Oh shit, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's deep. Yeah, I feel that. But it's something that's easier said than done. For instance, um, when I was 14, 15, I had a daughter. So I got my picture right here. I never keep her too far away. This is my daughter. That's Contravia. I'm 43. When I was 14, 15 years old, I had that baby. Okay. And the father of the child was so much older than me. He was like in his 20s. And there was no way that he was going to be like, yeah, I got her pregnant, because, you know, if my mother wanted to be nasty, or my family wanted to be nasty or whatever, they would be like, oh, we're going to get you arrested for statutory rape. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, he never laid claim to my child. Um, he ended up going to prison for selling drugs. And my daughter, she passed. And being so young, I won't say you, I can only speak for me, but being so young, I don't, I couldn't wrap my mind around the concept of I was a mother, I had a child, and it was time for my child to leave me. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't wrap my mind around that concept until years and years later. Okay. For many years, but even before that, I struggled with the issue of like abandonment. And it wasn't like I was abandoned by my parents or anything like that, because even though my mom and my dad wasn't together, they were both always in my life, even until now, and that's a blessing. I'm so grateful for that. But just, in other relationships or partnerships, it's like, I never really felt that connection to people. I never really did, because I always felt like people were never here to stay. Especially after my daughter passed into a different dimension, I knew, like, subconsciously that, and it wasn't like a good thing, but I knew subconsciously that nobody was going to come into my life and be a part of my life and stay in my life unless they was my family, and I even would have moments to where I would seclude myself from my family, because I was so used to that abandonment mentality. You know what I'm saying? Hold on 1 minute. Excuse me. But I was so used to that, where I am still. I'm not gonna act like I'm like completely healed, but I'm here and I'm able to share my story with others in hopes that, because I am healing, but in hopes that, others can heal as well, because they recognize what's going on. Like, it's just misinformation. It's being misprogrammed to believe that people are here to be in your life forever, and nobody is obligated to be with you forever. So, going back to the title, how do you know when you have found the one? I would say this: throughout a lifetime, when your paths continuously break apart and come back together, that's how I would say that you know that you have found the one. Not that that's the one, like, okay, now I know, like, you have been in and out of my life for as long as I can remember. So, you know, Magical said that, because this happened, that you're the one. No, that's not what I'm saying. Because remember, Nobody is in your life to stay. Like at any time, people can pass into a different dimension. Okay? People can pass at any moment. And that brings a lot of pain and sorrow. Um, because we don't understand the concept of a person coming into your life, bringing value or a lesson to your life, and then leaving after, you know, they have done their part. We feel like we own people. And that's what this matrix type thing, this world, this life, this is what it is doing to us. It is making us believe that we own each other. And me being a Taurus, majority Taurus, a fixed sign, yeah, I can have it pretty bad. Like, I listen to myself sometimes. Like, I hear spirits say, listen to yourself. Or did you hear yourself say that? Fixed signs, they put my in front of, um, is it a pronoun? Is it a pronoun or something like that? But they put my, like I'll say my daddy, my daughter, my son, my house, my car, my job, my this, my that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody does it, but fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aquarius, we do it like, and we mean it. Like, this is mine. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is one of our life lessons, and is to, oh, that's my son bringing in the dog. um, Rayshard, make sure that the cage is connected. The cage, the door is shut all the way, because sometimes he get out. But we feel like we own people, you know. I'm sorry if you guys hear that. That's my dog. He's still a puppy. He's like 3 months. And I'll leave him outside, let him get used to being outside. Then when it's time for him to come in and be in the cage, he don't like it. His name is Aries because he is an Aries. But going back to, because I got off track. But going back to my ex-husband, I was so hurt and I felt so betrayed when this man changed on me. Okay. And I just didn't understand it. Okay. Even though I was older than him, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing people don't understand. Age don't make a bit of difference in nothing. Age does not matter. Like, you get some people that's like 18, 19, 20, all the way up to 25, compared to some like 40, 50-year olds. Boy, I don't know. I think at like around 45, 50, people be going through this little midlife crisis type thing, and they kind of revert back to like an earlier age of their life. But I know some 20-year-olds, boy, I'm telling you, 30-year-olds. teens that are on their shit, you know, but that's their perceptive in life. That's what they want to do. They want to, I guess everybody should want to like work and, get to a certain, you know, status. My only thing is when you get obsessed with a status, a life status, you know what I'm saying? To me, I feel like that's when it gets toxic and you really don't understand how you're wasting your life. But that's a whole nother story. But like I was saying, um, even though I was, older than him, he was younger than me, and I was just hurt. I just didn't understand why, you know, or how he could, you know, betray me or do me that way, and it took a couple of awakenings, spiritual awakenings, for me to realize the man didn't leave me. Not in that sense, he didn't betray me. He just carried on with his life purpose. Like, and that's the thing with people, and you hear it a lot. You hear people say, if somebody want to leave, let them leave. And if they come back, then that's up to you whether you want to accept them back or not. Because everybody has a free will and everybody's supposed to be able to live their life. Now, if a person is deceptive and manipulative and they lie and they go about it that way, I can understand that. But if two people just like gradually over time just grow apart, you really can't be upset with that person. I would say my situation was somewhere in the middle. Okay. I don't care anymore. I really don't, because it was what it was. It taught me um, what I needed to be taught. And I'm still learning. So, how do you know when you have found the one? Do you get married? Do they agree to marry you? And then you know that that's the one? People get married for money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people get married for money. Like, people, no lie, get married to gain money, to get paid for it. So, no, I wouldn't say because somebody agreed to marry you or said that they wanted to spend the rest of their life with you, which that is not marriage. Okay, marriage is an agreement. Okay, and if people understood what marriage was, they would be trying to establish businesses with each other first and then getting married. Okay, because that's all marriage is. It's an agreement, it's a contract. It's not to say that you're going to be with each other forever. No, because somebody can, one of the two or both of the people can be like, okay, I changed my mind. I don't want to be with this person anymore. Just like in a business. You know what I'm saying? You know what lasts like a lifetime? Soul connections. And some people say that you can break them. I don't think you can break the connection to a soul tie. I think you can loosen the bond or the like being bound to someone, but being connected to someone, I don't think you can ever destroy that. So, how do you know when you have found the one? I have seen some relationships, marriages to where people are like totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like two totally different people. And like maybe in the beginning of the connection, they may have argued, fought, separated a lot. And at some point, um, they just kept coming back together. Not because they felt like they could settle with each other, but because they felt that connection, that soul connection to each other. And they knew that regardless of what happened in life, regardless of what they did or regardless of what the other person did, they did not want to spend the rest of their lives without each other. Now, to me, I feel like that takes maturity. Okay. Not age, but maturity. Like it takes a certain type of mentality to understand it. To understand that, I can't escape this person and this person can't escape me. Like, we don't even got to be married. We ain't even got to be living in the same house, but we get each other. And no matter how long we go without communicating or seeing each other, once we do communicate or see each other, it's like we never had that split. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's a definition or whatever of someone that is the one. It's like a twin flame. Because if you do enough research on twin flames, you understand that the majority of twin flames don't be together. Don't find out that you're a twin flame. Don't find out that you're a twin flame with someone. Oh my God. And you're still in the runner chaser stage. You'll die. You'll want to die. You're like, you know what I'm saying? You'll become obsessed with trying to figure out why or what is it, what's going. It's like, you gotta find your life purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? And your life purpose and your job is not, or your career is not necessarily the same thing. I tell you, we have been bamboozled into believing that love is like a fairy tale. Love is like kissing and hugging and, you know, sweet love letters and dressing and buying flowers and rings and clothes and shoes and just gifts, period. You know, sweet words and nothing negative. Like, we feel like if you go through anything hurtful in a connection, then that person don't love you. And that's not necessarily true. You know why? Because people love in different ways. People grow up and are raised and programmed. When I say raised, programmed, the same thing. People are raised in different ways. Like, people are shown love in different ways. Like, imagine falling in love with someone who never received what they felt like love was. But then you have this connection with them, like you fall in love with them or whatever, you have this connection with them and they have a connection with you. And you show love the way that you were programmed to show love. And they show love the way that they were programmed to show love. It's two different ways. Like, it's two different, like, what if you're a female and you get with a guy and, like, you're very verbal and, you know, whatever when it comes to love. Like, you like to express in words and whatnot, like how much you love that person. Oh, I love you, baby. I love you. And on occasions, that person might be like, I love you too. But they don't really reciprocate that same type of love that you show. But that man might get up every day and go to work and get paid and make sure that you have a roof over your head, and make sure that you, and if you guys have children together, that you and the children are taken care of. But when it comes to all that other romantic, what they call romantic stuff, he may not do it. So in your mind, you like, he don't love me. And somebody might say, well, how you know he don't love you? Because he don't show me. What you mean he don't show you? Oh, he don't hold my hand when we go out. He don't buy me flowers and, you know, stuff like that. He don't do any of that. Well, what does he do? He don't do nothing. He go to work and he come home. He might go hang out with his friends sometimes, but the majority of the time he just go to work. And that's it. We don't do nothing. He don't want to do nothing. He might go over his parents' house or, you know, hang out with his people, but that's it. But what she's not realizing is that's how he shows his love. by giving you stability, security, by going to work every day, sometimes working overtime just to provide for home. And if you say, oh, babe, I need $50 or $100 so that I can get this so and so and so and so, whatever, and he'll give it to you. But if you say, babe, why don't you do something special for me? Why don't you go and buy me something? Why don't you ever buy me anything special? Why don't you do anything romantic for me? He like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? He's like, what in the world are you talking about? These are two different languages that people speak when it comes to love. So how do you know when you have found the one? You understand each other. You understand that your language of love is not his language of love. Or her language of love is not your language of love. To me, I often think, what if there is no right one? There's just the right time. What if there's no right person? There's just the right timing. And people come into your life at the right time to teach you or to help you get to another level in your life. But we get so attached because we're programmed to do so. We're programmed to attach ourselves to people. And remember the scenario of the flower. If you love something, you don't pick it. You don't take it and say, oh, I'm going to keep this forever because it's mine and I love it. No, you leave it in its element. And that's very hard for people to do, especially when they have been programmed to say, okay, this one mine, go get your own. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's like a whole different language to some people, a lot of people. If you love something, you will leave it in its element. You won't want to change it. You don't want to control it. You want to let it be and watch it grow and let it grow into its greatest potential. Imagine seeing a flower sprout and you feel like that's the most beautiful thing in the world. Something sprouting, something green and fresh, sprouting from soil or dirt or earth. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like me, I can appreciate stuff like that. I'm an earth sign and I'm like into nature and all this other stuff. So but imagine seeing something like that and you're like, this is amazing. And you don't pick it because you're like, oh my God, I want this. This is an amazing thing. It just sprouted out of dirt. You know what I'm saying? It's a plant, it's a flower, but it just sprouted. It came to life out of dirt. I want to take this home with me. I want to have it. I want it to be mine. I want to possess it. And then you get it home and you take it out of this element. And guess what? If you would have left it there in this element and passed by probably like a month, say a month later, like a couple of weeks later, that sprout would have became a plant with a bud. Okay, it would have became a little, from a sprout to like a little nice little pretty little plant with a little colorful bud on it. Like, and you could tell the bud was gonna be a flower or fruit or anything. You're like, wow. I mean, just imagine. Okay. It may sound corny to some people or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, for real. Imagine. You're like, wow. I remember like a month ago, I seen that, and I even brought water, to give it so that it to help it grow. I remember. Matter of fact, I remember it was a branch right here, right above it, and it was blocking the sunlight, and it was, it didn't really get any sunlight. And I remember like moving the branch out of the way so that it can receive sunlight. And I come back a month later and look at it now. Oh my God. Guess what? Not only will you believe or like feel like that plant is beautiful or more beautiful and magical and marvelous, you'll be proud of yourself for even helping it grow. You know what I'm saying? So then you just like, okay, well, I did my job, I'm gonna go my own little way. Matter of fact, I'm not even coming this way to go home anymore. I'm gonna go a different way. So say 4 months, 3 months later, you've been going a different way back and forth to home. And you don't even pass by the little pretty little plant with the little bud on there that you gave a little water to help it grow, and you removed the little branch that was blocking the sunlight. You forgot all about it, really. I mean, sometimes you might think about it like, dang, I remember, but that was then. I don't even go that way no more. And then just say, you were with someone. I just seen a sprite. I just seen a light fly across. Oh my God. Okay, anyway. Say you were walking with a friend or a family member or whatever, and they were like, okay, I know you normally go this way. Don't you normally go this way? But this way right here, why you don't go this way no more? They built this over there and built this over there, and this is that because they got this whole new garden or something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's this way, and they have it on display. You know what I'm saying? And you like, oh well, I don't know. I just don't go that way no more. I just wanted to start going a different way. So, but we can go that way. I mean, I would love to see it. I remember it was a flower or a plant on that path that, I tended to, you know, but that was like months ago. So you go on a path and just say, for instance, that plant or that flower um, was pollinated, and because of the pollination, and of course, because you helped it grow in its earlier stage, in its earlier stage in life, you helped it grow and you helped it get a little bit of sun exposure. It was able to, you know, build this stock on its stem instead of this little feeble stem. And, after being pollinated or whatever, it just started to grow its own family. You know what I'm saying? And unbeknownst to you, when you go on this path with this friend, you see this garden that is actually on display because of this one little sprout that ended up turning into a little plant with a bud. You didn't even see the flower on it though. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even see the flower on it. You just saw that it had potential. That's love. And because of that, with the help of nature and maybe some other people coming along, you know what I'm saying? Now, wouldn't that make you feel proud? Wouldn't that make you feel proud? That's love. That's love. Weren't you happy that you did not say, "Oh my God, look at this like thing. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna root it up. I'm not just gonna pluck it. I'm gonna take the root too. I'm gonna pluck the root. I'm gonna like dig up the root, and I'm gonna take it home, and I'm gonna take care of it, and I'm gonna leave it here, and I'm gonna put it in a vase, or matter of fact, not even in a vase. I'm just gonna like put it, say, like in the garden in my yard. But say you stay off of a road, you know what I'm saying, and you don't get a lot of traffic on your road or whatnot. Versus leaving the flower or the plant there where it was, where it could get the exposure and grow to its greatest potential. That's when you know that you have found the one, because they don't want to like make you feel like you belong to them. They'll say, "What do I have that you can benefit off of?" And sometimes they might say, "What do you have that I can benefit off of?" You know, but it won't be in a selfish type of way. It'll just be like, just to even the scales. Because I don't want you to feel like you owe me all your life. So let's just balance this thing out. Let's just do something for each other. You know what I'm saying? That's when you know that you found the one. Versus all this, "Oh, you belong to me. I don't want you here or there, or I don't want anyone else to touch you. I want you all to myself. This is that. I mean, no, that's selfish. That is selfish. I don't know. I'm gonna end this live feed, and I did what I felt like I was led to do, and I want to go live and do a all signs who's coming towards you in July. That's what I want to do. Spirit been telling me to do a who's coming towards you for like 2 months, and I hadn't did it. Anyway, maybe I will, since I see that I'm not being bombarded by viewers or whatnot. I might have one or two people come, and nobody even said anything to me. Which if they would have, I would have been like, oh, okay. It probably would have been a longer live feed. But anyway, all right. I think what time is it? It's still early. It's like 10:41 Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Georgia. But I think I will do a all signs who's coming towards you in July. Of course, it would be timeless, but I would have to put July because people like the months. They do. They like, oh, let me see what's going on for me. And let me go back to April and see what happened in April versus what happened in. People analyze tarot like that now. Trust me, they do. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you came in and watched, I know nobody was here, probably one or two people. For the one or two people that came in and you didn't say anything, I'm grateful that you were here, whoever you were. Okay. I don't care who you are. I'm happy that you came in and you checked me out. Okay. But I will be going live. I intend to go live in a few minutes and do a who's coming towards you tarot. Okay. So I love you guys. I do. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching.